All right, this is my API submission. I used option 2, which was the weather station option. And it just had us go through 4 programs that I have all open right here. And made us do some various things, entering code and outputting. So first we have a program. And this one will take a long time to load, so bear with me for a second. And basically this one, you have a URL that it is taking you to the URL of all the stations and outputting that in a more organized fashion. And use the commands to do that. And there's a lot of stations, so it takes a long time. It's outputting the ID, longitude, latitude, and the name of the station. And there we go, it's done. As you can see right down there, let me move this over a little bit so you can see a little bit better, see the whole thing. And then we go to the next program, which is pretty similar. This one is taking this URL, which is get latest measurements for a specific ID of a station, which is right there at the end of the URL. So just changing that URL to any station will give you its measurements. And then you just print the URL like so. And so it comes up with all that information from the weather station. The next one we shall run. This one actually does need an input, which I have right in the comments of this program. Paste that in there. And this one's just giving us the distance of longitude and latitude. It's just giving us the distance away, and it has the formula, and it's returning the distance. So yeah. Next up, we have the final one. This one has the stations, has the weather, and it's actually finding the closest weather station to me. So right here is an empty code from before URL, and what it will do is input the weather station that's closest to me's ID at the end of this URL, giving me my weather to the station closest to me. So I put in my longitude and latitude where I'm at, so it knows where I'm located. And then we have a find closest weather station, and basically this is going to find its ID and the distance. So it goes through every single one and finds its ID and distance. And then it will return the ID of the closest one, which then puts it at the end of this right here. Puts it at the end of the weather. And then you print that, the weather here. So then it gives me the closest weather station to me by distance. And yeah, those are the four programs I made it go through. Thank you for listening.